Greetings to everyone. This is Chris Brown, your real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur. So we are going to get started here momentarily. We want to make sure everybody gets in. We have a couple of platforms that people are going to be joining us for the April state of the real estate market. So all of those who are already tuned in, we really appreciate you being there, being live. If you get a chance, be sure to send a chat, say hello. We appreciate everybody saying hello. If you get a chance there, just say hey, just wave a hand or something like that. We appreciate it. Let's go ahead and make sure we get all set up. We'll be ready to dive into everything here momentarily. Let's see here. Awesome, awesome. All right, so it looks like we got Facebook. Looks like we have LinkedIn chiming in. Hey, LinkedIn. We got YouTube. YouTube, what's going on? Let's see here. Check, check. So we'll be getting started here real quick. Let's see, let's see. All right, videos. Boom. Right, everybody. So we're gonna get started here shortly. A couple of minutes after 1 o'clock. We always like to get started promptly, but also make sure we give everybody a chance to tune in. Be sure to say hello if you get a chance. If you're out there, be sure to say hello. Right, right. I know you guys are excited about what's going on in the real estate market. You guys should definitely be in the loop of what's going on. This is the season, what they like to consider the selling season, but we'll talk all about that here shortly. Right. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. We're gonna get started here. See everybody's jumped in. All right, looks like we got all platforms up and going, up and running. So we will be getting started here very shortly. Ooh, look at that, look at that. All right, guys. Hey, this is Chris Brown, your real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur. So I want to welcome you to another fantastic episode of State of the Real Estate Market. This is the April edition where we give an update of the real estate market. But this is a platform that we not only talk about buying, selling, and investing in real estate, but we also talk about hot topics regarding entrepreneurship as well as building generational wealth. That is definitely going to be a big thing moving forward. A lot of people are asking me questions. How do I build wealth? What do I do with my current real estate that I own? So be sure to stay tuned. We'll be having different conversations. So you got to make sure that you like, subscribe, and all of those good things so that you guys can make sure that you're staying in the loop with some of the most up-to-date information in regards to the real estate market. So guys, like I said, this is the April edition We appreciate you all being here, being on board with us, and just really making this happen. So let me make sure you guys can see everything. It looks like the volume is good. Check, check. Volume is there. So let's dive on in. All right, so like I said, be sure to like, subscribe. Want to make sure that you guys are getting the most up-to-date information in regards to the real estate market. As I said, this is and I am Chris Brown, real estate professional, just providing information. This is free information that I give out to specifically a lot of our homeowners that are out there because they want to know what's going on in the current market. And I'm one of those individuals that's constantly giving updates. And then also giving you different tips. If you're buying a home, especially if you're looking to upgrade your current property, this is definitely a message that you want to be able to tune into, as well as if you have specific questions, feel free to message me if it's during the live session, or if you want to send a private message, feel free to do so. Just send a specific question that you may have in regards to the real estate market. I'm based in the Tampa Bay market. The Tampa Bay market is more of my specialty. So if you're looking for a free evaluation, I do those for my homeowners. If you're thinking about selling, you're just like, hey, what is really going on in the real estate market? What can I do with my current property? And we can sit down and go through that information and give you a very detailed. Some people like the brief and general report. Those are available as well. But for those one-on-ones, feel free to schedule an appointment with me. That information should be in the link. Go ahead and click on that. We can schedule an appointment where we can even do it via Zoom, or we can schedule an appointment and meet at my office. So with that being said, guys, let's dive in. All right, so key takeaways from this particular market update is going to be a little similar to the past month, but there are some differences. One of the big differences is right now we are in the best time of the year to actually place your home on the market. So what does that mean? And this is not just words coming directly from me. This is coming from years and years of data. One of the big major players out there that collects data is, you guys may have heard of Realtor.com. They place that information out there saying that this is actually the week that you want to begin to start getting your property placed on the market if you're planning on selling your home. The reason being is because this is typically for homeowners the time of the year where they are able to get the most amount of money for their homes. There's the least amount of price reductions, and then you'll start seeing a lot more properties come out and hit the market around starting now. You know, we are in the season of it, and this is a season where we can actually go right ahead and start placing those properties on the market. Now, I know there are some challenges. Trust me, I know there are some challenges that are out there, and people have questions. You know, the big question is, you know, what's going on with the inflation? What's going on with the interest rates? And interest rates are still up there. And I'll be honest. And that is for the general public. So that's why I always tell people, when you guys are looking at this information and you're seeing these numbers be high, you really got to look at your market. What's going on in your market that can help you purchase a home or be able to place your home on the market so you can attract buyers. So there are a lot of incentives that are out there. And that's why it's important that you really have a conversation with a real estate professional to kind of see what's out there. What are other people doing to get their home sold? One of the big things right now is the different incentives is one of the big ones is buying down the interest rate. You know, buying down the interest rates, people may not ask for money to go towards their closing costs, but they may be asking for additional funds to actually help them get a better interest rate. And with that being said, sellers may need to be a little bit more flexible in that regards, and that may help them get their property sold. You know, they're not looking for this money just because they don't have money, but it's just like they're looking for a better interest rate. Buyers right now want better interest rates. And what they're seeing out there in the major media is that the interest rates are high. They're above 7%. I think I just read an article in the New York Times. The New York Times was saying that interest rates went above 7%. So a lot of people are like, ooh, I shouldn't buy right now. And then it also impacts your sellers, because your sellers are like, well, if I put my property on the market right now, buyers aren't really interested. But what are you doing to help incentivize them. If it's the interest rate that people are fearing or have a problem with, then we need to come up with a solution to help ease that pain, the interest rate pain, as we would call it, the interest rate pain. So with easing the interest rate pain, you may be willing to jump out the box and say, hey, we are willing to help you buy down your interest rate. Or it may be a situation where you're working with a real estate professional that has a team. And what I mean by team, has a team maybe of a couple of different mortgage brokers that they have different programs that you're able to incentivize potential buyers. Because if they're able to offer great interest rates because of some incentives that the seller is willing to work out and that's already been kind of mashed out or they're very familiar with that program, it makes it a lot easier to attract buyers saying, you put a sign out there, hey, the price is this. However, we're willing to help you buy down the interest rate, by 2%, get you into 5% versus say above 7% right now. And a lot of people, that's going to open up their eyes like, wow, tell me more. And that's what it comes down to. It's really marketing the incentives as well as the features of a particular property. Yes, it's going back to the pre-pandemic situation where you actually have to present your home well if you're looking to get top dollar. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people don't want to go through the whole process of listing their home, showing their homes, and they want to have an option of getting their cash offer. I actually offer that to my homeowners, of my potential sellers who are out there like, hey, let's take a look at the property. Let's see what's going on with the property. What do you need to get out of the property? Let me speak with some of my cash buyers that I have, and then we can go ahead. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what that was, but I can speak with some of my cash buyers and we can see what offers we can get for your home. If those offers sound good to you and you're willing to move forward, let's move forward. If you're not willing to move forward, let's see what can be done to the home to help improve the value of it. And then let's test the market out. And that's what I tell them to do. It's not for us to test it and throw the price way up here, but it's really to see if we're attracting buyers and how can we attract buyers. Incentives are very important at this time of the year and in this market right now. This market is way different than it was last year and definitely different from the year before. So it's really understanding what the current market is. In my market right now, I'm in the Tampa Bay market. Sellers are really having to compete with new construction. New construction is really on top of this right now. I was speaking with a client and they reached out to me and they were looking at new construction. They were looking at resale home properties. And with them looking at the resales, the interest rates are, whatever the banks were offering, whoever mortgage brokers were offered, they saw that. And then they were looking at new construction. They were just like, new construction just offer the client 5.5% plus some additional incentives to help towards closing costs. That is a game changer. So this is how new construction is going to kind of creep in. And this is how buyers are having a stronger interest in buying homes, is because they're looking at new construction. They're looking at the incentives that new construction is offering. And then they're also looking at the incentives of what's actually on the market. So if it's not featured or if it's not marketed heavily, as in what offers or incentives that you're offering, buyers are going to potentially just walk away and go to other options. So important for my home sellers that are out there and you're thinking about selling your home, have in your mind that you're going to have to offer some type of incentive to help attract buyers. It's not just placing a property out there on the market and people are going to jump to it. Yes, inventory is low, but interest rates are high. So that's the only information that they know. Inventory is low, interest rates are high. That's all they know. So they really need to know what's special about your particular property. You need to make sure you feature the special features of the property, as well as be sure to market and feature the incentives that you plan on offering. Very key, very, very important. So what should we expect the housing prices to do? So the prices really haven't dropped. A lot of people are expecting the prices just to drop, all the way down, and people are going to jump into the market. Prices have settled. I know in my market, prices have settled a bit. You are seeing, and you have seen, especially for the past 4 months, where prices are at one level and you kept seeing those price reductions. Because right now they're really trying to attract buyers. But with the interest rates being up there, That's what's going to be key. So in a buyer's mind, they're like, well, why would I look at this home when the interest rates are so high? But that's all the information they see. So that's why you have to add those incentives and make sure whatever real estate professional that you're working with, that you are promoting the incentives, especially if you are willing to buy down the interest rates. So for me, what I'm doing as a listing specialist, when I'm speaking to homeowners, I'm like, hey, this is a price that we can do. This is a price where we can actually reduce it. But I'm also bringing in a partner with that. And that's a mortgage broker or a lender, somebody that is familiar with reducing or has some type of program where they can reduce the rates and they can show the difference in the pricing with the current market rate and then with the reduced rate. So it shows the big difference in pricing. So that makes a difference for a buyer. So let them know that they're getting a deal. Everybody wants a deal. You know, let's admit it. Everybody wants a deal. So we want to make sure everybody is happy in that sense. Everybody's getting a deal, win-win. So seller trends that get home. So like I say, guys, it's the incentives. I can't say anything different, but it's the incentives that are really getting these properties sold. It's the incentives that are really helping people do what's needed and to attract buyers, because buyers, they are listening to the media. The media is telling them that the interest rates are too high. And these are some of the things that we really have to consider when we are marketing the properties, because it's one thing we can't assume that they understand the market, any buyer or anybody that doesn't do this every day. So that's one of the big things that I encourage people to really pay attention to. So I wanted to show you guys the article because a lot of people have asked me, you know, where are you getting this information from? You know, are you just pulling it out of your hat? No, no. I do a lot of reading. I follow a lot of economists that are out there in regards to the market. So they're giving feedback as in what their opinion is, and you try to look at their track record. What have they predicted in the past? You know, and a lot of people are trying to follow the current trends. This is election season. So election season has always made things interesting in every industry. So one of the big things that I know a lot of people are still following me because they're asking me questions about it is the gas prices. And I was telling people that, hey, you're going to see a spike in those gas prices. Actually, the spike in gas prices are already there. You're going to see a spike in these gas prices. And then as we get closer to election time, you're going to see a drop in these prices for the gas. I guarantee that it's already started. So for right now, I'm hand in hand with what I said and what the predictions was. And this wasn't just recent. This was like back in end of 2023 when I was telling people to pay attention to the election season, how that 2024 is an election year. We already know politics is a game changer. It's a lot of attention. A lot of things are going on. So pay close attention to the gas. Let's see if we fall in line with that. It's election season. Things are always interesting. Every industry experiences something very interesting. So keep that in mind. But I want you guys to see this information in regards to the New York Times article that I had read. I want to be able to share that with you guys. Here we go. All right, so U.S. mortgage rates jump above 7% for the first time this year. So this is the highest that they're saying, above 7%. So rates on a 30-year mortgage, the most common kind among U.S. homeowners, surpassed the 7% mark on Thursday. So that's yesterday, guys. So keep that in mind. So I'm always trying to give you guys up-to-date information. That was just yesterday. So just yesterday, a troublesome sign for an already tight housing market. So the housing market is tight right now because the inventory is low. So keep that in mind. Even if we have new construction that's out there, because everybody keeps hearing me say, well, the alternative is new construction. Keep in mind, if you're doing new construction, you're not moving in the house in the next 30, 45 days. There might be some circumstances like that, don't get me wrong, but it won't be a lot. But keep in mind that if you're going into new construction, your home's not going to be built for 6 or 8 months down the road. So if that's the case, 6 or 8 months down the road, then that really means that you have to plan ahead. And the saying that everybody says, hey, you got to get ready, or you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready in this housing market. So as you guys can see, this is like a little chart here giving you guys an idea. So you can see how back in like 2020, 2021, 2022, you see how these rates had dropped 2020, 2021, 2022. So this is the dream world back in here. And they were just the rates were extra low. And then you can just see them just going high, little drop, high, little drop, staggered, little high, whoop, coming down, and then starting to spike back up. So pay attention. So this is April of 2024. Interest rates above the 7% mark. This is from the New York Times. Like I said, guys, I'm not making this information up. This is coming from the New York Times. So this is an official article. Just want to keep you guys in the loop. Like I said, that was as of Thursday. So the market is, man, I'm giving you guys some up-to-date information. So the market is always interesting, but it's if you're in a position to purchase a home, go ahead, purchase the home, because what's going to happen is prices are going to continue to creep up. They may not jump as fast as they were before. Prices are going to continue to jump up. When those interest rates do drop, just refinance. That's what a lot of people are doing. They're going into it with a plan of refinance. But obviously, you got to make sure that you can afford the current rate, because I can't say specifically how long it's going to be at the higher number. But keep in mind, the inventory is not going to be there. So if you want to live in a specific community, live next to a specific school, or live next to specific amenities, those amenities and those homes are not going to be there much longer. So keep that in mind as we're going through this, guys. All right. All right. So that was the seller trends that we must pay close attention to. Then we have, is this a good time to sell? Yes. According to the realtor.com, this is the best time of the year. If you're in the market to sell your home, this is the best time of year to place your property on the market. You're going to start seeing an increase in inventory. I assure you that, because we are going into the seller season. We are in the seller season right now. You're going to start seeing an increase of listings of homes hitting the market. I've even seen it, and I'm starting to see signs pop up. I'm getting more phone calls myself where people are like, hey, Chris, I really want to think about getting my property on the market. Can we set up an appointment for you can come by and do an evaluation and just kind of let us know where we stand with our property and what we would need to do to get the property ready. So phone calls are coming from me. You're going to see more signs that are out there, more opportunities for people to really start looking as we come to the end of the school year. A lot more people are looking for new places to move to. If they were in a lease and their lease ends during the summer, they're really starting to look to see what's available. And they're looking for a sure thing, especially your families. That's why a lot of them lean towards what's available now versus what's available by the time their lease ends. So if you time it correctly and you're looking at a brand new home and the home is going to take 8 months to build, then it looks like you're going to be closing in like November, December. So keep that in mind. So if the property won't be completed until November, December, and your lease doesn't end until November, December, that works out perfect for you. But if your lease is going to end in the next 90 days, sellers that are placing their property on the market now, these are the homes that you need to take a look at. So keep that in mind, sellers. This is why it's more of the particular best time to place your property on the market, is because you have a lot of people who are moving during the summertime, and as your property is on the market, traditionally those transactions are taking 30 to 45 days. Some are taking less. It depends on your lender. I've worked with people and actually seen the closings happen in 21 days. So it can happen. It can happen pretty quickly. It's just having the right people in place and having the right circumstances and making sure that you're ready. So keep that in mind. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. But that is the real estate market as of April. We're really paying attention to what's going to help incentivize these buyers. What's going to help the buyers? Buyers are looking for some type of a deal. The prices are obviously much more than what they were a couple of years ago. So they're going to look for a deal on the interest rate. Go ahead and put that information out there. Name of the game is to attract buyers. So to my homeowners, and you're selling your property, attract buyers. Help your real estate professional attract buyers. Ask your real estate professional, what is their marketing plan? You should know what their marketing plan is. And if you don't know that, then you don't understand the process of what they're doing to help get your property sold. You know, how are they attracting? It's more than, trust me, it's more than just placing your property on some of these big websites. Because even with some of the big websites, you have to be a specialized agent. And it costs agents this. So that's why it's very important. So if I'm marketing the property and I'm placing it on one of the websites, and I'm also in a position where I'm a specialized agent, it costs me additional money just because they're doing more marketing for my listings. So that's a big thing. So when you're sitting down with the real estate professional, ask what their marketing plans, what makes them different from the next person. Feel free to interview folks. You know, I know it's a long process. A lot of people only interview one agent. But what I've recognized and I've identified with my years of experience is that people value more than one opinion. So take, for instance, if you're going to a doctor's and the doctor tells you, hey, we're going to have to do brain surgery on you because we found a dark shadow in the x-ray. So we're going to have to do brain surgery on you. What are you going to do? You're going to be like, hold on, before you start cutting on my head, let me speak with another doctor, another opinion. Let me get another opinion and see what they say. See if it's in the same line of what you're saying, or if there's a different story that's being told. So if it's something that is in the same line that's being told that, hey, that you're going to need this procedure, then perhaps you will move forward with it. But you're getting a second opinion so you can see what your options are and see what new trends that are out there, because not everyone's using the same trends to get properties sold. Everyone's trying to be a little bit different. We have our social media. I know social media is very popular these days, but it's also one of those situations whereas everybody values more than one opinion. So keep that in mind. Is this the best time to get your property sold? Yes, it is. Get more than one opinion as you're moving forward in the process. If you are in the Tampa Bay area, feel free to contact me directly. And I do a free, no obligation consultation where we kind of review your property. And it's a serious, you know, I really give exact information. So it's not something where, hey, you know, I'm just doing it over the computer and sending it to you. No, that's a general analysis. I can do general analysis as well, but I do something a little bit more in depth. I find that if you're looking for that 5-star service, you're going to have to go above and beyond and getting the information to help people out these days. So trying to bring a lot more value to people in 2024. If you are out there and you are paying attention to this podcast, be sure to share it. Share this information with someone else, because someone else could possibly perhaps use this information. I appreciate those who tuned in and said hello. I appreciate that. Hello to everyone out there. What we got? Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. I appreciate everybody chiming in. I appreciate you guys. Definitely do. And here is my contact information. Chris Brown, that's my direct number, 813-419-3927. And yes, it is a real number. People have been calling. It was like, oh, I was just testing to see if it was a real number. Yes, it is a real number. Please be sure to leave a message because a lot of times I am in appointments and I will get back to you. Be very detailed. Be detailed. Just don't say, call me back. But be detailed what you're looking for so we can make sure we can assist you and make sure that I'm prepared to answer the right questions for you. If you are on social media, feel free to contact me, Chris Brown RE Pro. So it's at Chris Brown RE Pro. That's pretty much on all the platforms that are out there. You can find me, like I said, I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Who else am I with? TikTok. I'm on TikTok as well. So, and we do have the podcast, the recordings of the podcast as well. We'll make sure that we get that updated. We usually have that updated within 7 days so that the audience can be able to chime in and get more insight. But guys, I truly appreciate you chiming in. Thank you once again for being a part of State of the Real Estate Market for the April edition, and continue to support me, like, subscribe, say hello. Next time, if you didn't today, or just send your questions. Send your questions to me direct mail. And I appreciate you guys. Take care and enjoy State of the Real Estate Market. Yours truly, Chris Brown.